Look at the damage I'm dealing with this. I'm not even bleeding once. Look at this, guys. Guys, if you don't have enough time or you just don't have good enough teammates but you still want to have all the cool weapons in the game and armor, then I suggest you guys go visit this website, which is www.diving.net. Grab yourself things like the Eagle Bearer Exotic Assault Rifle, the Ravenous Exotic Rifle, armor and guns with high rolls, raids, Iron Horse and Dark Hours leveling, and so on. You can choose what you need. The boost works with your account sharing, so they do everything for you without cheats or bug abuse. I've tested this service myself, so I can recommend you these guys. They can definitely be trusted. This site has actually been working for many years now. It has a lot of clients, reviews and payment methods that you can choose from. You can check this yourself with my code, which is ADDICT. You'll have 15% discount on all services. If you haven't received your items yet or you have any questions, feel free to contact an operator. Thank you guys for watching that gameplay. If you didn't watch the gameplay, thank you either way for being here, man. I appreciate you guys clicking on today's video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button, and if you're enjoying the content on the channel, smash that like button. Let's get 50 likes on this build video. Now I'm just gonna go straight into this build. You saw the gameplay, you saw what the build's about, and I had a lot of fun with a build like this. It's been a very long time since I have fun with PvE builds, so yeah, let's just get straight into this. So I'm gonna start off with the specialization and why I'm using it. I'm using a gunner specialization. Now this comes with a lot of bonus armor features. It comes with a lot of armor and kill features. It gives us that extra 10% armor and kill, and that's one of the main features to why I'm using gunner. It's got that survivability, and it's got a lot of more things on there that you guys might want to lean towards, but that's just the main factor for me, is the armor on kill. So without further ado, let's dive into our weapons and why we're using them before the build pieces. We have the Backfire, and this gun here is an exotic SMG which does a very huge amount of damage. So the talent on this gun, if you guys didn't know, is called Payment in Kind. Dealing damage to enemies adds a stack of 1% critical hit damage up to 200 stacks lasting for 10 seconds. Now 1% every critical hit damage stacks up to 200. That's telling you 200% critical hit damage added onto your build, including whatever crits you already have, lasting for 10 seconds. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of burst fire. You can get NPCs out very quickly. In PvP, this gun is quite good, but you need the stacks up. If you don't have the stacks up, the weapon's not really going to be doing much because it's just like a normal SMG. On reload, it applies a 10% bleed to yourself, which deals 0.5% armor damage per stack. Now that is the con of this gun. It is a disadvantage. However, if you have the right build, you can stop that bleed by adding lots of things, and I will explain that in a second. So for the attributes, we have decent attributes there. I wouldn't go and change them at all, you know, to increase them. They're fine, I'm happy with that. But the gun gives us 93k damage. So for our secondary, I've gone with the Apartment because this gun is just a god roll SMG. It hits hard, and I do like the talent measured. It's actually perfectly measured. So if you guys didn't know what that is, you can pause the video and read through measured there. But to me, I'm sure a lot of you guys know, man. But let's dive into the build. So as you can see, for my first piece, I'm running 2 Seskas. Now what does that give us? 10% crit chance and 10% hazard protection. Now with a build like this, I'm going towards hazard protection, crits and damage, and some sort of survivability, okay? So hazard protection actually comes under survivability, but we have armor on top, hazard protection, crit chance, and a mod slot of bleed resistance. Remember guys, that gun makes us bleed, so we need that resistance. For the chest piece, I've gone with 1 piece for Sokolov. Now it's going to give you 10% SMG damage. That's why I've gone with this chest piece. We have weapon damage on top, crit chance, crit damage, and a mod slot of crit damage there. For the chest piece talent, it comes with Intimidate. I've gone with that because this talent is going to give you a lot of damage. Gives you that extra 35% weapon damage to nearby enemies within 10%, and that's actually amplified damage, guys, okay? The holster, we are using a Bellstone Armory. This is going to give you 1% armor regen for 1 piece. You have armor on top, hazard protection, and crit damage there. This piece is actually going to go towards your survivability. You need a piece like this if you're going, you know, towards a build like this 100%. For the knee pad, we are using a Yao piece, which gives you that 10% hazard protection. Like I said from the beginning, hazard is what we're trying to focus on throughout this build as well. So we have armor there, hazard protection, and crit damage. I can optimize this knee pad to get that up to 10% hazard protection there, but to me right now that's not very important as my build is still doing very well. For the glove, we use Seska, which is this second piece is going to give us that 10% hazard protection. We have weapon damage on top, crit chance, and an attribute on the bottom of max 10% hazard protection. For the backpack, we gone with the exotic Memento backpack. It comes with weapon damage, armor, and a skill tier, and we have a mod slot of bleed resistance. Now if you guys don't know what the talent does, you can pause it and read it in depth, but I'm just going to basically say it in short. It gives you that extra 5% weapon damage, 10% bonus armor, and plus 5% skill efficiency. For every trophy you collect, you gain an additional 1% weapon damage, 1% skill efficiency, and 0.1% armor regen. Maximum stacks is 30, so as much trophies you pick up, the more damage you're going to deal, the more survivability you're going to have, and the more skill efficiency you're going to have whilst you use this bag. So like I said, you can pause the video, read through it, but that's basically what this backpack does, and having it on a build like this is going to help you a lot. Okay, so you know we're sitting at 1.5 million armor. That's quite tanky. I'm happy with that. I don't know why my build didn't save with the skills, but basically for the first skill we're going to be using the booster hive. Why have we gone towards the booster hive? Because it increases certain things. So it's going to increase your weapon handling, which is not important with a build like this. It's going to increase your hazard protection, which we need, and it's going to increase your melee damage, which again we don't really care about. But the buff amount for this booster hive is giving you that extra 26% towards these buffs. So I'm going to have an extra 26% on my hazard protection, which means I'm going to be sitting at, let's see where we at, 67. I'm going to be sitting at 93% hazard protection. So this means a lot with a build like this. That's going to stop the bleed from the backfire. We actually have 84% bleed resistance. If I can get another bleed resistance mod, I'll be maxed out on there, probably up to around, let's just say 94%, nearly 100%. That's going to help a lot. If I don't want to use the booster hive, then obviously I got to go towards more hazard protection and more bleed resistance. For the second skill, we have gone with the striker drone just to help with that crowd control, put enemies off, and you know, if I'm down and I need healing, at least this striker drone is going to distract them just for a little bit, man. And I like this drone. I use it in most of my PvE builds. Now let's head to the stats. So as you can see, I'm sitting at 60% crit chance. Of course, you guys can cap into other things, you know, spec into other things if you want. But with me, with a build like this, if I'm sitting at max crit chance and I have some sort of ability with the gun that's going to help with my crit damage, I'm going to keep it there. So we're actually sitting at 96% crit damage. But remember, the backfire is going to give you that extra 200% crit damage if you're hitting all your shots. We'll be sitting at 296% crit damage there. So if we go down here, we are sitting at 147k armor on kill. I'm happy with that. Again, like I always say, go towards your playstyle, go towards what you want to do. If you want more armor on kill, you want less crits, guys, go towards that. You know, this is just the way I want to do it. Okay, again, you could even spec into more armor regen. I'm sitting at 14k there. You guys can spec into 60k if you like. Yeah, I'm happy with a build like this. Let me know on how you would build this. Let me know if you have this build currently, if you're using it, if you enjoy the backfire. Put that in the comments below. I would appreciate it. It helps out with the channel. But yeah, man, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all the support on the channel. Like I said before, if you're new, hit the subscribe button, join the Addiction family, man. We're nice around here, we're loving it. We have a lot of things coming towards the channel. 50 likes on this build video, would appreciate it a lot. It's been Division Addiction. I'm gonna head off now. Thank you for watching. Peace out.